Hi everyone, in this lecture we are going to see about the normalization in DBMS. I am D.Vimal Kumar, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Information Technology in Hindustan Institute of Technology. Normalization presents a set of rules that tables and database must follow to be well structured, historically presented as a sequence of normal forms. Normalization helps to arrange the tables in a well-structured manner so that we can easily retrieve the data uh, from the database. The table is in the first normal form if the domain of each attribute contains only atomic values and the value of each attribute contains only a single value from that domain. It means every column of your table should only contain a single values. We can so in this example, let's consider the library database. In this pattern ID C45 have borrowed three books B33, 44 and 55. So according to the first normal form, it shows that a column borrowed book should contain only one values. No multiple values are allowed. So the same table can be converted into three separate rows. So according to the first normal form, there should not be an multiple values for each cell. So all the values should be an atomic value. It means it should contain only the single value. That's why the C44 pattern ID has B33, B44 and B33. So that different rows has been formed. In the second normal form, it represents eliminating the partial dependency. A relation is in the second normal form. It satisfies the conditions of first normal form, and additionally, it contains no partial dependencies exist, meaning that every non-prime attributes must depend on the entire primary key, not just a part of it. In this example, student name is always dependent on student ID. So it is not whenever the student choose a course, automatically the student name also is the same. So we have to move the student name into the separate table. So when the in this table should contain only the student ID and course ID is enough to understand the entire things. So in the third normal form, it's eliminating the transitive dependency. A relation is in the third normal form. It satisfies the second normal form. Additionally, there are no transitive dependencies. In simple terms, non-prime attributes should not depend on another non-prime attributes. So here prime attributes means the column should consider as a prime number column. With the help of that prime number only, we can identify the entire table in the another references. So in here, the non-prime attributes should not depend on another non-prime attributes. So in this example, consider the table with student ID, course ID, and instructor. Here, student ID is a primary key and course ID and instructor are the non-primary attributes. If the instructor depend on course ID and the course ID depend on student ID, then the instructor indirectly depend on student ID, which violates the third normal form. To resolve this, the instructor is placed in the separate table linked by course ID. And then fourth normal form, boys code normal form, the strongest form of third normal form. BCNF is a stricter version of third normal form where for every non-trivial functional dependencies, That means x tends to x must be super key, a unique identifier of a record in the table. We can understand with this example, if a table has a dependency student's ID, course ID to instructor, but neither student ID nor course ID is a super key, then it violates the BCNF. To bring it into the BCNF, decompose the table so that the each determinant is a candidate key. In the fifth normal form, removing the multi-value dependencies. A table is in the fourth normal form if it is in the BCNF normal form and has no multi-value dependencies. A multi-value dependencies occurs when one attribute determines another and both attributes are independent of all other attributes in a table. So let's consider the example table where student ID, language, hobby are attributes. If the student can have multiple hobbies and languages, yeah, multi-value dependencies exist. Thus, in this example, the student may know multiple languages and may has multiple hobbies. To resolve this, split the table into separate tables for languages and hobbies. So we have to create two separate tables, one table for languages and another table for hobbies. Why means the same student may have know multiple languages and he might have multiple hobbies. So in the sixth normal form, it's eliminating the joint dependencies. Fifth normal form is achieved when a table is in the fourth normal form and all joint dependencies are removed. This form ensures that every table is fully decomposed into smaller tables that are logically connected without losing information.